All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Daily Paycheck with old Johnny here. We are in a practice week. If you don't know about the show, the Daily Paycheck is it's our attempt to build a bankroll from 10,000 to 100,000. And we're doing it small increments, right? We're doing it disciplined, 10% at a time. So start with a $10,000 bankroll, $1,000 buy-in, $100 win goal. It's extreme discipline exercise. And we're doing okay so far. We've done 4 strategies. We're on, technically speaking, day 81, which would be strategy number 5. And so far, we're ahead. We've doubled our bankroll, which is great. However, what I've discovered is that as I'm doing this, the first time I choose a strategy, and what I do, by the way, I take a strategy and play it for a straight month to see how it does over the course of a long period of time with a lot of rolls. The first week of the strategy, I tend to mess with it some and find the rhythm that I like. And I don't want to make that count against the bankroll. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it like a practice week or a mulligan week, whatever you want to call it, while we kind of tease it apart and figure out how it's going to be. So here's what we're going to do. This is one called the Storm. And it starts like this. It's going to be a $50 don't pass bet. We'll let a point get established. Let's just say it's the 5, okay? Once you have a point established, what we're going to do is we're going to drop probably max odds on that. We'll go to 250 on that. And that'll win. Let's see. In this case, I don't know if I want to go 250 or 180. We'll think about it here. That's again why the week is the way that it is. If we go 250, we'll think about it. Let's just for now we'll say max odds. Say six times the base bet max odds. We may change that. Up on the box, we're going to do this. We're going to 204, the equivalent of 204 across. Okay. Of course, minus the point. So it's 25 on the 4 and 10. It's 35 on the 5 and 9. It would be 42 on the 6 and 8. And the reason why I'm picking those numbers is that those numbers are all significant in that each one of them pays 50 for 1. Okay, so 50 for 1 on these numbers. And then what you do is as the number hits, we're going to start pulling our bets back. Okay, so whatever happens, happens. Let's say it's a 6 that rolls. That's great. We're going to pull the 4 and 10 down. I'm going to take that quarter, make it look like nickels, and take the 4 and 10 at table minimum, $10, like so. Bringing back 105 to my rack. On the second hit of whatever happens, let's say it's the 9, again, it pays 50 for 1, and the next 2 numbers, which in this case we don't have, a 5, comes back in, and in fact, they all come in. And what you're doing on that second hit is bringing everything back down to table minimum. And we should have in our rack 100 there, 200 here, and whatever that is, $270 or whatever, 235, 240 in our rack, which is great, right? We started out with less than 240. We started out with with a 0.5. I think you start out with like 160, 169 across. So we're up in profit here. We're playing a 64 across. The odds can come back off the table, and now we're solid. And that's the whole thing. It's nice and simple. When you think about it, that's it. That's the whole thing. You take 2 hits, you bring your odds back down. I got a great bet across. I have a nice big fat don't down here that I could, if I wanted to, hedge off with by placing that number if I don't care about it anymore, or let the 7 just be one of my numbers and who cares, right? That gives you opportunity in a couple of rolls, which is kind of nice. It's a good little regression because you're reducing your risk every roll as you go, which is awful nice. And that don't pass with the odds covers you on the early outs. Okay, so on an early out, you're going to get paid down there, max odds, pardon me, on that don't pass. So that's kind of how that works. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. The danger zone here is the buckshot. You don't want to hit that point too quick. If you're shooting well and the shooter knocks you off your point too fast, you're going to get burned, right? That's the big thing. So what I want to explore this week, some of the questions that I've got lingering are this. 1, what's the right level of odds down here? Okay, 50 and 180 feels mostly right. And again, we have to think about what does it look like? What does it look like to pay the right odds? 5 and 9 versus 6 and 8, that kind of thing. And second of all, do you want to pull the odds back as you go too? So in other words, as I win $50, do I pull the odds back or leave this 7 strong? So there's things that I want to kind of explore as we're going here. That's why the week is going to be a mulligan week. So all that said, let's go to the table and let's play it out, see what happens here. Puck's going to be off. I'm coming out. Let me get my iPad's not even open. Hold on a second. And I'm sorry for these sniffles here. I got a terrible cold. Came back from Vegas, and the crud got me on Friday, and I've been a mess all weekend. So if it becomes to be too much of an annoyance, I'll stop the show. We'll see how I do here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Coming out. Oh, I need my don't pass. Let's get my $100 broke. 50 on the don't. Here we go. Looks like a hard 6. Okay, so we have a great point for the don't. We love that, hard 6. All right, now let's go ahead and count our money. Okay, we'll do the first couple of these things really slow until we get our numbers down, right? We want to make sure we know what's going on. So on a 6 or 8, it ends up being 162 across. It's kind of a weird number, but let's go ahead and put out $200, and I'll take back the $38 now. 25, 35, $38 back to the rack. Now, the way that 162 works out is going to be this. It's going to be 25 on the 4 and 10, 35 on the 5 and 9, and 42 on that 8. Okay, like so. So if you want to count my math with me, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 125 in green, 135, 145, 155, 162. There's the 162 across, which means between the don't pass and whatever odds I put on that don't pass, I've got to win $162. That's kind of the math behind this thing. So I've got 50 here. Yeah. If I do 150 in odds, then I can get 150 in odds would win me 125 plus the 75. That is enough to cover me. So we'll do that. We'll do 125 down here in odds to win 100 on the flat, and plus the 50. Actually, I'll do. Yeah, see, I feel like I got to go a little higher. I got to go a little higher now. I'm going to go to 180 down here. I think that's the right number. I think 180 to win 150 is where I want to be. 150, 200. Let's make the 7 a profit for us if we can. If you want to, you can take the rest of your whatever you have here and throw it on the hard 6. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let the 6 ride itself out. That didn't take my 6, the roll tracker. Why not? Let me refresh it. Hold on. Come on now. 3, 3. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's make some numbers. Again, I want to make numbers here. I don't want to avoid anything. I just want to avoid that 6 for a few rolls. Just 2 rolls. Just 2 rolls to avoid the 6. Here we go. A little kiss. It's a yo 11 yo. Doesn't matter. I think when I talked to Greg and Degen about this, the first time that they had showed me the strategy, we talked about it. This is very reminiscent of the one that Greg and I come up with, and we were always playing like a $10 horn in here, just to not have that happen, right? Where you kind of get whipped on some roll that doesn't pay you. There's 2 horns in a row, and we're just out here like watching rolls go by, which sucks because you want to be out in 2 rolls, right? If I catch a $10 horn, I can pull the 4 and 10 down, the 5 and 9 down, and kind of be done, right? Just be out of here relatively quickly. But yeah, that might be a thing we think about, is adding a horn. I don't know. I hate wasting rolls when I have that much money out there. I don't like to waste. There's another one. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Jeez, Aloo. 2 3s in a row and an 11. 2 3s and an 11. Golly. Ah, man. Let's go. Something different this time, huh? What do you think? A little better. Oh my God, it's an 11. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Wow. Set a point and go 4 straight inside horns. That's insanity. Okay, here we go. Come on, John. Get anything. Give me anything but a 6 right here. Jeez. There's a 6. Well, of course, right? So we're going to come out of here and bang it out right away. That's terrible. What an awful freaking set of throws that was. All right. So here's the deal. We catch a 6, which sucks. We're going to lose. I'm going to put the losses out here in the middle. just so we can see them. Okay, we're going to put it out here. I may actually even pay myself out of the losses. I want to see how this thing recovers. Now we've gotten beat. Let's come on out and let's not go don't, right? I think when that happens, you don't go don't. There's no need to put this back. We're already, I mean, you got burned once. I know when I dealt to Chris and Craig, Chris kept going back out on it every single time. And I feel like the bet has a job to do and it failed. Let it fail. And we'll try this both ways. We're gonna see kind of a what if here, what happens. But let's roll on through. Look at that, 6. Another 6, 3, heart 6. Wowie. 6s and horns. All right, so I think we should put the 6 out there now, right? Or shouldn't we? Let's put $100 out there. Let's get a $42 6. We're still gonna play it the exact same way. There's 42 on that 6, and that'll be $58 coming back. And we're just gonna go full right side here. I think that like I said, the don't pass being a big fail like it was, shouldn't go back. So here we go. We gotta get anything but a hard 6. Anything. Actually, it doesn't matter. We gotta avoid the 7. We don't care about the 6 now. This $100 was to the bank. Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? What kind of day is this? Is this like Manic Monday or something? What the crap? 6-5 yo. Nothing but 6s and yos today. You're giving people 60 seconds with Crapsy Joe. That's the problem with that, is that we want to be, oh my God, are you kidding me with this? Look at this miraculous set of throws here today. Holy shit. Nothing but 3s, 11s, and 6s since I started. 60 seconds, Joe, seems like a long time. Can I get anything but a freaking 6 or a horn number? Come on. How about a 7? Give me a 7. There it is. Son of a bitch. Boy, oh boy, that sucks. Wow. Okay, so the Storm, when I played this the first time, this thing got crushed. I'm taking the losses away out of there just because now that we're going to not play it that way, not necessary. Holy crap, that was a brutal run of dice right there. Jeez, Aloo. Look at that mess. 3 6s and nothing but garbage in between. Okay, here we go. Let's get our set back up again. 50 in the don't. Those bets up there are 204. I'm going to leave them up there right now. I'll pay for them out of the rack as soon as I get a point set here. But shit, that was we're down $500 just like that. Haven't even started the game. We're down $500. Jeez. The Storm for the win, right? Come on, let's get something good here. 4 hard. Okay, the point will be 4. All right, so what's going to happen is this. With the 4 is the point. What's out there right now is we have, let's see, what do we have out there? We have 179 out there. So again, it's 25. That's 125 in reds, right? 135, 145, 155, 165, 175, 179. 179 out there. Let's take $200 out of my rack, and I'll take the $21 and change for that. I also now need to get this set up. I got $50 down there with 179 up top. I need to get another 125 to 150 out of the odds to cover that, which means a $300 lay to get 150 out of that. Okay, 350 for 150 up there, 300 for 150 up there. Plus that will be $200. The 7 is a profit center. Let's go. Let's try and get 2 hits. Any 2 hits will do, except for those stinking horn numbers. Here we go. This didn't take my 4. There we go. All right, it's in. All right, 7 right away, which is okay. 5, 2, 7. We'll lose all this up here. And again, I'm going to leave it up there. We know what that is. That's 174 up there. So since we know that, or 179 rather, we'll leave that up there. And I'll do it like this. We're going to lose 179. I'm going to win 50 here and 150 here. Okay? I'll take my odds back to my rack. Out of the wins, there's 175. And I'll take it like this. I can actually drop the $4 out of my rack. There's the 179. I'll take this back as a quarter, actually. And there we go. So I end up netting just about a quarter on that. My bets are reset and ready to go. After all that, right? Quick 7 out, win a little bit of money, put it all back, and off we go. This one's going to be a pain in the ass to deal. I can tell you that already. Here we go. I'm only doing this way because it's just easier, but we're going to have to keep ourselves paid attention as we're going. There's the 5. I'll make the 4 look like a quarter, bring my $10 back. Bets are set. Okay, and against the 5, what do we have out there? We have 169 out there. So $50 there. I'd like to win another 150 up top. So if we put $200 out there, let's see. If I do oh boy. Let me think about how much I want to lay. If I lay 180. 180 to win 150. That's probably, yeah. 180 to win 150. Is that enough? No, 180. Let me think about how much I want to put up there against the 5. Probably, let's see if I do $300. That's way too much. If we do 300 to win 200, that makes that a pretty good. Actually, 300 to win 200 is not bad because if we do that, this $200 covers all that with a little bit extra, plus the 50 down here. We could do 300. I could do, yeah, we'll do 300 for now. Let's just keep that even for the time being. Again, I got to play with these odds. I don't know how heavy I want to be down here on the 7 against the roll. Yeah, we got to. I'll lay it out. We can do less, obviously. 150 for 150. I mean, I can do half the odds. Then you're upside down a little bit. I don't want to be upside down. Let's just leave it at big for right now. If I did 180 and there's a freaking 5, are you kidding me? Good Lord. The things that can't happen are what you're seeing here. So 325. Doesn't matter. We lose the whole thing anyway. That sucks, man. Jesus. We're getting destroyed here with this thing. All right, so that's it. We lose the 5. And again, 150 would have been okay to have down there. Would have won 100 and fit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's 180 is the right number. I don't know. There's another ace deuce. We're not on the don't anymore because we lost it. So once you lose a don't on a shooter, I'm just staying out of it instead of just playing out the system. I have to talk to Greg and Chris about that and see if that's what they want me to do. But it feels like that's the right move to make. 10, 6. Jen says I'm greedy. I'm just trying to feel like what is the right move? And like when you're down a little bit, do you go higher on the odds or not? I don't know. I just don't know. All right, let's move this to the 5. We're going to stay off the don't, as you know. Now we're just going to try and get some numbers to hit up there. See if we can get one. I haven't gotten one number to hit yet. Since we've been here, I've had one box number hit. What have we had so far? About 25 throws. Not one box number has gotten hit. Everything's been a horn number or a 7. I've yet to see a box number hit. So, wow. Talk about the perfect storm against the storm. This is it right here. There's a 6. Sweet. All right, let's finally see the storm in action. 516. All right, that'll pay 50 for 1. 50 for 1 up here. Cool, that comes down. And the 4 comes down, right? We pull from the outside in. So the 4 is the only outside number, so it goes down to $10 table minimum. If we catch another inside hit, the 5, 6, and 8 all come down to table minimum. So we'll get two numbers, and we'll go all the way down. Here we go. Give me something good. There is a 6, 4, 2. All right. So that'll be all of them. 4, 2. This is not a 3. We did a strategy a while back where we took 3 hits from the outside in. This is just 2 hits from the outside. And what it ends up being is this. You end up taking a 54-1 twice, which is awesome. Right? And we go back out there at 64 across. So you're 64, the equivalent of 64 across, and you're up. Right? You're actually in profit for the shooter, minus, of course, that ass kicking we took down there. I will grab the 10 now and take these greens back to the rack. And we'll color the greens up as we go. And now we just play a little bit of just regular right side stuff. These are all covered by that move. And that move is a great move, right? 2 hits it out, 64 across, 36 in profit. I love that part of it. I don't love the fact that we got whacked on the don't pass twice today. That's kind of a bummer. Here we go. Just make numbers. The storm is a hurricane. Thank you, Wayla, for noticing how great it is. Yeah, terrible today. 4-2. Okay, that's going to be a 6. That'll pay $14. Okay, what we'll do with the 6 the first time through, I'm going to go basically Philly special here. We're going to go and press them both. We're going to go sister press 6 and 8. We're going to do the G Money 5 and 9 from $10. And the 4 and 10, we're going to try and flip them from $10. And again, these are not bold moves, right? It's just taking, hopefully, the best opportunity we can get some money out of this damn thing. Here we go. From $64, it's hard to make a lot of money. You got to be a little bit more teed off in the beginning, and then you can actually pair it off later on. But let's get these things to greens. Ah, come on, Johnny. All right, another 6. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, that's a straight collect. Remember, the Philly special is a sister press and then a collect. So it's 21 on the collection there from the 6. That's good. Ugh. Man, getting popped on that 5 really hurt. There's another 6. Boy, the 6 is killing it right here. I'll tell you, today, the 6 has been my number all day from the very first shooter. All right, 21. And again, we're going to sister press that. So I'm going to drop the $3 and get them both up by another 12, which should make them both look like $30. That's great. Then they get collect on next time. That's the Philly special rhythm. It's a sister press and collect on the 6 and 8. I like that move, especially when you have a super random shooter like I am today. You just don't know what's coming. Don't know what's coming. Here we go. Hard hit. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 2, 1. Really hard hit. I'm throwing those dice so soft. So soft. And they're just, my table is so rocket ship bouncy. They just hammer that back wall sometimes. There's my 7. Okay, 4, 3. So we got a little bit of money on the rack out of that, but not much. We took another, what, $20 out of there. 4, 3. Okay, that's it for that shooter. I'm going to color the rack up here. Actually, I won't. I'm going to leave the rack as is, and we'll get our bets out for this next shooter. We'll see how we did. We got $50 to the don't. Let's come on out. How about some of those ace deuces now? What do you think there, shooter? What do you think, shooter? Good time for it? Jen, it's freezing out here. Yes, it is freezing out here. And I have a cold. I have a really bad cold. So I'm just like, this is not a good day for me at all. Like another 6, 5, 1. So I'm sniffling. I'm sorry for that. I know it's kind of gross, but there's a 6 again. All right, there we go. We're on the 6. All right, and we have our choice to make again. How much odds are we going to do? Let's get the bets out there first, okay? So we're going to go 25, 30. That'll be 42. That'll be 30 and 25. That's good. I need to get some whites for that red there. All right. So we know when the point is 6 or 8, we have 162 across, what that ends up being. If I come out here, at like 180 on the 6 to win 175, or 150 rather, that's $200. I think that's the right number. I don't have a nickel, damn it. I got to break a black to get nickels. That sucks. There we go. So that'll win an even $200 down there. 150 and 25. I got 160 something out there. So that 7 becomes the same $50 profit that these are. Everything wins the same money here. So I'm trying to get it to be where everything wins the exact same. And that 5 getting whacked into 5 was a bad calc there by me. That probably should have been like 180 or so. I'll redo that later on. Here we go. Anything but a 6, please. Anything but a 6. There's a 5, 5, 10. Sweet. Sweet 5, 5. All right, that'll be, again, 50 for 1. I'll drop the dollar out there. We'll get paid $50. And bring the 4 and 10 both back to the rack. I'm going to take $20 out of here and make them both look like 10. They just go down to table minimum. There you go. That's 1. We need 2. We need 2. Here we go. Now again, this is an option too. In here, now that I basically brought $50 off the table. I don't need this to be this big, right? When I bring the $50 down, what I've got left out here is 75, 85, 95, 105. I got $125 out there. This could be reduced now on that 6. I could take this down to 150 or so, right? And that's something to consider. If I do this, take $30 off of that, now it's 150 to win 1 1/4. That's a move you can make here to keep this less juicy out there for the 7 or for the 6 to take away. Again, I got to think about that. All right, there's the 7. So good thing I didn't that time, but you certainly could have been reducing that as you go. Let's bring all this crap down up here. All right, so down here, you get paid your $50 on your flat bet, and the 180 is going to get paid 150, which we have more than that. There's only $75 out here. So we're going to make a little bit of our losses back from before, which is cool. All right, bring that back. I don't like making money on 7s when I'm shooting like this. I'd rather shoot good, I guess, right? And make it up top, but I guess it is what it is. Here we go. Puck is off. We coming out. That was a short roll. So far, the storm on 5 shooters has worked once, right? I guess you can say the 4 worked, right? The 7 out and the 4 worked. The 7 out here worked because you get paid down here in the don't, but we're not getting the 2 hits and out. And that's the whole point of the thing. There's a midnight. It don't matter. 6-6. Yeah, the whole point of this strategy is to get your 2 box sets, and we're just not getting our 2 box sets. And that's very unfortunate. Got to roll some numbers. Got to roll some numbers. Yeah, Waylon's saying something interesting, but the thing is, it's odds, Waylon, not the flat. I wouldn't reduce the flat, but it's odds. I could reduce the odds down, not the flats. Again, to be thought of. There's a $50 loss down there, so there's $50 out of the rack on that yo. Because you're going to take the odds away. In this strategy, you take the odds away the minute you get your second hit, and it's a matter of like reducing your overall. Here we go. My instinct is to leave it out there. There's a 7. Oh my God, come on. Ay, ay, ay. So here's where people like Darksider and others will say, don't let the shooter beat you more than twice, right? We haven't gotten out here yet, right? This one has this right side component to it, so I'm going to let the shooter beat me more than twice. But we can talk about that being a rule as well, the saying screw it. But you need this protection to make that part of it work. So you got to get that bet out there somehow. Whether that means laying some shit to get out or what, I don't know. But here we go. 5, 4. All right, it's the 9. There we go. There's the 9. Let's get our bets out. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. I'm gonna get some nickels for that. I think I need more nickels than that, but yeah. Another quarter. And I need nickels for that one. Okay. There we go. We're all set. Out there. We're gonna go one. I go again, 150 to win 100, right? That only wins me 150 total. I need to go to 180. 180 to win. That'll win 120. It wins me 170, which covers my bets. Not enough to make it a win, right? I kind of feel like that needs to cover the win plus profit. I don't like the 5 and 9 are weird. I'd rather have these just be a little bit bigger. But anyway, how about if we just get 2 hits and make it not freaking matter, huh? What do we think? Here we go. There's a 3. 3 craps. 1, 2, 3. Dustin can leave if he wants to. It's fine. I don't do crapsy on the show, right? So that's the thing. So I don't do crapsy. People don't like it, and that's fine. I'm not going to crapsy this show. This show doesn't need that. So if people want to play along in crapsy, that's totally fine. Go to the Hawaiian Crap Shooters channel and do that. That's all good with me. All right, we got a 3. God, come on, man. Cannot get my inside numbers or any numbers. Really pissing me off here today. Can't catch anything up top. It's probably been the biggest storm fail I've ever had. Like in terms of like just never getting box numbers. I got 6, 4, 10. There's 1. Thank God. Again, that'll do the 50 for 1 thing. I'll play it with 25 and 5 blacks. Or 5 reds, like that. Those will come down. We'll catch the 4 and 10 for the min and bring back the 80 bucks. Here we go. That's right. Buckshot the 9, I will be crying, Dan, for sure. But that's the strategy. The strategy is to cover that with the odds just for the 2 hits. Catch 2 hits, don't buckshot your point, and you'll be okay. Here it is, right? There's the 336. So we got it this time. It's our second time we got it to work today. 336 pays 50 for 1. And everything comes down. Everything comes down to table minimum. Like so. So all this comes back, and I'm out of the hand. So 2 hits, we're out of the hand. All that comes back. The odds come back. And now we have 64 across effectively for free. What I've got here is a $50 no 9. And if I don't like the no 9, if I want to just go full right side here, I can place the 9. Like now's the time to place the 9 because I'm out of the hand, right? And if I do a $40 9, let's put it out there, 40 bucks on the 9, right? That's a guarantee 10 or 6, right? I can just get rid of this right here and just go full right side. We're going to play this thing out until something happens. And that's a way to do it. Just hedge it off and who cares, right? I'm definitely going to be in $30 of profit for the shooter. And who cares now, right? Now we just play it out and see what happens. If we catch a 7, right, there's the 9 actually. So the 7 could have burned us for an extra 50 bucks. Here it is. That's a 6-3. All right. So that's going to win $56, like so. Okay. I'll make the 9 look like $10 and bring all this back to the rack. Puck will be off. And now we have a new shooter, or the same shooter, but I'm off the don't. Right? So the storm, this is all paid for, plus profit, plus that $6 on that 9. Profit. I don't need to worry about the don't pass. I can just be a right side guy. Right? We got ourselves, the opportunity to make money. Now if the shooter has a good run, we're in good shape. And that's the storm. That is the storm. That's what should happen, is we end up with a cross bet that's paid for and nothing else matters, right? 4-3-7. On the come out, we don't care, but it does reset the ATS, which kind of sucks. All right, here's the 5-3-8. Here we go. I'll address your question there in a minute, Darkside. It was an 11 yo. Let me get my point established first, then I'll talk to you, because I think you may have missed it, but I think I addressed that exact same thing earlier. Let's go. Oh my God, look at that hit. There's a 9. Okay, we have a point. It's a 9. 6, 3, 9. Now, you're saying, I'll put this comment up here, about 2 hits with the odds and then you're out. I've talked to Greg about this, and again, when they were coming up with the idea of a way to play it, we talked about that. Is it only 2 rolls or is it always 2 hits, right? And to me, if you're bringing money back without profit, you're reducing you're reducing a chance to even be even here, right? You can end up 64 across with 64 at risk if you do it that way, versus even 1 hit and coming back with the money. Also, we talked about, Greg and I had done this the first time, was having all that big money out there plus your odds and doing a horn bet. And that way it doesn't matter. Then it is 2 rolls, right? Then it's a horn bet. If that happens, you're out. You know, like a little $12 horn type of thing can also cover you on the days like today where I'm rolling all these horn numbers. So Greg likes to do that. Greg prefers to do, actually he likes the anti-craps bet. He said, just put $10 in anti-craps, take your $70 and get out of there. Which is a fine way to do it, or $5 on here, I guess you can do whatever. That was Greg's suggestion, was to be here on the anti-craps during the first 2 rolls. Then it is a 2-roll strategy versus a 2-hit strategy. I can be convinced either way, and that's what this week is for. I'm doing it this week to try it both ways, and for all of us to get a sense of how do we want to play it out, right? Again, not taking more than 2 hits down here, I think is smart. Like in other words, you get whacked on the point, don't come back out. But you got to get this set to get the other ones working. So I'm trying to, like I said, I'm going to play it a bunch of different ways. We have 5 days to kind of tinker with it. And again, tinkering with it against my rolls is what we got to do. 415. You got to see, I'm going to drop $1 and push that to a quarter. Again, we're going to G money the 5 and 9. We're going to sissy press the 6 and 8. That's what I'm doing here this week. So if you would take notes, you can give me your notes over email. You got my email address. And we'll talk about the different ways we can do it. I think there's a couple of ways that you can approach this bet down here, how big those odds got to be, for one. When you pull the odds back down, do you hedge off the point or not? Do you rub a horn or not? There's so many options there as a player that you can pursue. And I think we'll take 5 days here to get it right. That's the point. We'll take 5 days to get it right. There's a 5, 3, 2. So it does G money on the 5. That'll pay $35. Okay, we're gonna go to $20 now. We're just gonna level that thing up to 20 and G money it again from that level. I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to say there. I'm not trying to dismiss you at all. I just wanna make sure that we give the week its due to try all the different moves that we have. So there we go. There's a 12. But so you're putting some stuff out there, DS, there's a 6-6, doesn't matter, that has never been part of the strategy, right? This whole hopping shit on the way out, this has never been part of the strategy. It's what you're doing on your version of it, which is great. Just give me the rules, man. Email me the rules of how you want me to try it. I'll give it a try. But yeah, hopping stuff on the way out, ugh. I'm not sure I want to be hopping stuff on the come out. Laying stuff on the come out is fine, but I'm not going to be hopping the come outs. I don't know what your goal is. It's a 10, it's 20 or 18 bucks. What's your goal there? Just tell me that. There's that. That'll be an even quarter down there. Oh man, my nose is killing me. Here we go. It looks like the 7. All right, we got one of those things to pay, which is good. Everything else died, which is typical of the right side, right? You're gonna get all these things are likely gonna die up here, but we did make some money, which is cool. We got even with profit. We took a couple of hits, made some profit. Had a chance to do it. Let's count real quick. I think I'm down about 500. 2, 3. There's 300. Yeah, we're down about 4. No, we're down 5. 6 1/4 from those don't pass beats. Here we go. Coming out again. We'll do one more shooter. And then I'm going to go in and get warmed up. And we'll talk more about this later on in the other show. There's that and that. Let's come out. 527. All right. Oops. I hear you there, man. There's another freaking 7 that come out. This is the part that I hate. 617. Just feeding this damn thing like that, which sucks. But you got to get the don't pass out there so you can do the other part. Like you need this to make that move. And if you're in one of these zones where you're getting nothing but come out 7s and 11s, boy, let's go. There's a 10. Good, good, good. 10, 10, 10. All right. We got us a point. Let's get our cross going up. 25, 50, 75, 125. $135, 45, 50, 60, 75, 77, 179 out there. I'm going to go 250 down here. That's not even enough. It needs to be 300. It is what it is, right? You're right. The big hole in this strategy is buckshot in that point, and I get it. But, you know, you can't cover every bet. You can't be playing scared the entire time either, right? That's part of the problem is you can't, when you have this kind of cash out here, you can't be playing scared. If you're playing the 10 max odds anyway, you can't make this a scared bet. I could see covering the hard way on it, but I don't know. Playing scared is just not, you might as well not be out here, right? This is kind of a scared money play anyway. You know what I mean? All right. We have the 179 out there. We're going to win 1.5 here and 50 here. Okay, so this same as last time. I'm going to take the quarter back to my rack. I'm going to drop a nickel. That's 180 with a dollar change. That covers the top. So I don't gotta place those bets again. I'm just gonna leave them out there for easiness sake. No point. Let's go. No, it's scared. I mean, be honest about it. It's scared. It is scared money. If you're afraid to lose the bet, don't make the bet, right? This bet has a job to do. Its purpose is to protect those bets for a couple rolls. If I'm so scared about losing the bet that I'm going to hedge a bunch of shit to make sure that it's okay, then I shouldn't be making the bet. It's why I'm not going no 5, no 9, no 6, no 8 on the come out. I'm not worried about the $50. You got to either worry about it or not, right? And that's I know I get dogmatic on these things, but that's the truth of the matter. Is you got to be. I think my rack's jacked up here. You got to be willing to lose it or don't place it. Right, and I think it's just, what's the point, 9? No, the point's, wait a minute, did I screw that up? 10 was the point, right? Oh no, we just came out. Shit, what did I do here? What did I mess up? The 10 got buckshot, hold on, the 10 got 7'd out. 1 second, folks. The 10 got 7'd out, then the 9 got hit. Come on. Okay, point is now 9, my fault. There's the point of 9. Let's move you over to the 10. And again, I think we'll do again 180. No. Did we decide to do 210 down here? I forget what we decided to do. Was it? Damn it, I forget the level we decided to do. Let's put it at 180 for now, or 210 for now. That'll win 140, 190. That's good. That wins our $50. All right, we'll keep it there. Let's make it not matter. Let's get a couple of hits. 5. All right, there's the sister. 3, 2. 50 for 1. $50 for $1 out of my rack. Win the 4 and 10 back. That was the quarter for the nickels, I think, right? So there we are. And again, this could be reduced as we go. We could be adding horns. I'm playing it as straight as I can today. We could look at more options on it in the coming days here. Let's go. What do we have? We have another 7. Jeez, hello. That's all right. It'll make us money, I guess. That's a huge bummer, though. I would rather have some play time than just quick hits like that, you know? All right, here we go. Let's add this all up. There's the $50 on the don't, the flat don't. I'll make these look like green, just so you can see where we're at, right? There's $75, $85, $89 left. This 210 down here, that'll pay $140. So it's more than what we have out here, which is cool. So that actually ends up profiting on that 7, early 7, which is great. 140. All right, and this all comes back to our rack. I'm gonna go ahead and color up here because A, I'm freezing, and B, it's getting close to time anyway. What time is it? 7:45. I gotta get a new cup of coffee. I gotta get myself warmed up. I know we lost money today, for sure. There is, let's get these greens all colored out here. Man. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 400 in black, or greens, 400. All right, 410. So where do we end up? We ended up with, there's 2,000. So we're exactly $500 down minus the $10. $500 down. It was those, you know, getting planked on the 5 for $350 down here. There's part of that 500 right there. Went too high on the odds, but we still would have got planked on either way. And we got whacked twice down here actually. And that was it. Getting picked off the don't twice was what hurt, you know. And both of them were PSOs. Both of those shots wouldn't have mattered if I was pulling down early or doing the 2 hit and down thing. It wouldn't have mattered because they were both direct buck shots. So what can you do? I like the play. I just think that there's danger zones, right? We're picking off our points too often, for one. The come out losers are a pain in the ass, too. Getting the horn numbers while you're waiting for your 2 hits sucks, right? So potentially doing the Greg thing and adding in some craps bets in there. We have things we can do, right? There's rules you can put in about, you know, how many times you'll take this loss before you don't go back out again. There's lots of things you can do to kind of circumvent some of the things. But again, even like I said, lane numbers coming out is a thing, right? He wants me to hop numbers. You know, there's all sorts of things you can do. But again, you start hopping and laying and putting all stuff everywhere. You dirty up your bets so much that you end up making nothing there either. You bleed out on those. So we have to look at all the pros and cons of all the different moves. And again, every day this week, the point of this week is to make those moves and see which ones make sense, which ones we like, which ones we don't like. So maybe tomorrow I'll start laying on the come out and grabbing a craps check with the first 2. Maybe that's tomorrow's change, you know, and maybe the next day's change is something else. But let's do some of that this week and see what we like as a group. And we'll just kind of improve as we go. And by next week, we'll know the way we're going to play it. And we'll call it there. So I got to get out, man. I'm freezing out here. So I will see you all in a little bit. Thanks much. And I guess we'll see Coffee and Craps here in just about 15. Bye.